Hey, what's up? It's Jason. Okay, this is take two actually of my gray and silver video. I still have a crap load of records basically to show. I tried to thin it down a little bit, as you can see some of the collection here. This is a response for a thread for our buddy Shawn, who's down in the States, in the southern states. I feel like he's in Louisiana, I think, or maybe Florida. He changed the name of his channel a lot, but I'll definitely put a link to it, to this thread down below. So starting off with some of the shiny stuff, getting into gray, and then I'm going to show some actual records that are, the vinyl is actually gray, not just the covers. So starting off with some Echo and the Bunnymen. This is a single, of course, EP. Then we got this one, which is Factory Compilation. That's the iconic Factory Records logo. Oddly enough, it's not on Factory Records, it's on Strut. So basically in the 2000s, Strut, which is a UK label, put out, they do a lot of cool comps, and they did a comp of some factory singles, mixes, and rarities, 1980 to 87. You see some of the bands on there. So it's kind of got a shiny gray silver. You got Seldod, which is excellent synthwave, cold wave stuff. If you're looking for that, look no further. He's definitely a great artist, current artist doing that style. And this is definitely a silvery, shiny cover. And of course, immediately thought of Bleach, it's got a shiny look to it for sure. Probably my favorite Nirvana album these days. This is upside down, but okay, I took the sleeve off. This is Marcus Cabral. I think he's a New York-based artist. He's on the New York City label Lies a lot, and experimental techno artist. It's kind of a cool EP. This is actually the back cover. The front cover is like this, and it's clearly black and white, not gray. Then, of course, we got Jello Biafra, his latest release on Alternative Tentacles. Jello and the School of Guantanamo, the Guantanamo School of Medicine. I'm still warming up to this record. This is the Tea Party Revenge Porn. And yeah, still getting used to some of the modern production on this. Then, of course, we got Boogie Down Productions, classic album from, I think, 1988. By All Means Necessary, KRS-One holding the Uzi, looking out the window. Of course, it's a take on the Malcolm X, famous Malcolm X photo. Boogie Down. Got the Jam in the City. Husker Du, Metal Circus. Still one of my favorite Husker Du records I have in my collection. It's an EP. And I was just checking on Discogs. It looks like this one is one of my pricier acquisitions. I've had it for a long time, actually. Definitely over 15 some years. But that seems to be ranking pretty high. I guess it's kind of rare. Gang of Four. This one chose more for the fonts. The lettering is definitely on the silver and gray side. Saccharine Trust. Pagan Icons. This is a cool record. I just discovered these guys in the last year. It's on SST. So old school punk from LA. Kind of experimental a bit, or post-punk. This is a synthwave artist. Again, more some cold wave, but probably more synthwave, I guess, with I think French vocals on this single. It's 12-inch. Anthony Naples, Body LP. This is a pretty cool, Body Pill. This is a pretty cool record if you're looking for something sort of experimental electronic. It goes into some techno, but some experimental songs as well. Pretty neat record to check out. Of course, the classic first Run DMC. This is now my favorite Run DMC record, I think. I would have picked probably Raising Hell or Tougher Than Leather when I was younger, but this one takes the cake these days for me. I really like the minimal sound to it. Just kind of drum machine and vocals pretty much. It's the odd sample. York Factory Complaint is the band. It's kind of experimental indie, I guess you'd say. Got this at Academy Records in New York City. Maybe the Brooklyn location. They got a bunch of locations. Don't play this record that often, but pretty cool one nonetheless. Peel Sessions, of course, are always in gray. As a wedding present. Okay. State Poison. Some great hardcore from France. Got a couple copies of that, actually. One in the shop. My No Means No album, or single. Power Positive Thinking. Great single by them. It's actually got a Jimi Hendrix cover on the other side of Manic Depression. Dead Kennedys. Probably my favorite Dead Kennedys record. Plastic Surgery Disasters. Got the Dirty Rotten EP, LP. I got a couple copies of this. I think this is my OG copy, but I think I have a reissue of this too. A later reissue. Descendants, Milo Goes to College. Classic record. Black Flag, Everything Went to Black. This is a compilation record. Everything Went to Gray, it could have been called as well. And I don't play this record too often. It's a double pack. I think it has a lot of instrumentals, as I recall. Or just, yeah, no, it's got like the other singers. Then we got Juice. This is Orange Juice Jones. Pipe Dreams is a single. He was, for those who don't know, he was a signing on Def Jam in the 80s. I think more of a Russell Simmons signing maybe than a Rick Rubin. Just R&B artist. Kind of a little bit of New Jack Swing for late 80s. Orange Juice Jones, that's a single. You got the Big Black, Headache, which is not the original cover. Apparently the original cover is more gruesome and realistic than this artist rendition. Beastie Boys, some old bullshit. One of my favorite Beasties records lately. Just really digging their early punk sound, hardcore. Just ordered another Beastie Boys hardcore record, actually. Something that I think came out in the 90s. This is, of course, is their old 80s stuff before they went hip-hop, as they were going hip-hop. And some more 80s hardcore punk, the Asexuals, I think from Canada. Really great record. I've had this record for a long time in my collection. And we got some techno here. Rico, Crystal Clear. I think he's a Spanish artist. I'm not sure. But he's on Pole Group a lot, which is a Spanish techno label. So sort of hardcore, but dance floor techno. Same with this one as well. The Mord label, I'm a really big fan of. Record label out of Netherlands, run by Bas Mooie. This one is, the artist is called Heat. I've been thrown out of better places than this EP. Came out a few years ago. Some hard-hitting techno. And then, last but not least, we got some half Japanese. Our Solar System, Jad Fair. Very kind of minimalistic, primitive style punk rock. Don't see records by half Japanese too often. I picked this up at a record fair not long ago. It's the only one I got in my collection by them. Now, for this portion, I will flip the camera around, finish off showing some gray and silver vinyl itself. Starting off with this 10-inch by a techno artist named Umwelt. And it's pretty acidy, grimy techno of the 2010s, basically, recent years. And we got, of course, the Buzzcocks. This is a very silvery album cover in itself, obviously. Really great compilation. Love this record. And the vinyl itself matches the cover. There you go. Buzzcocks. Silver and gray. And last but not least, I got to show some grindcore, Full of Hell. This is an awesome record. Really experimental, short songs, lots of noise, super noisy. And the vinyl itself is also a silver gray. just playing this earlier, and the I think side A has kind of a loop groove of just noise or feedback. So there you go, Shawn. This is a thread of gray and silver. I want to jump on it. I saw our buddy Cliff, the Cheapskate, did it as well, and that got me inspired to go through some of my records. Now I gotta fill back the shelves with all these all these records. So I'll see you guys on the next one.